So nice. I haven't actually spent the time to look at the stars in a long time. This good.
It's good to get out and get some fresh air sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean, especially with the things you work with as well.
Yeah. Sometimes you just
Yeah. Get away from everyday life.
everything feels so unfair recently.
Yeah.
Feels shitty. It's almost March and I fucking hate March.
Oh.
Yeah. All of March is ruined for me.
Yeah,
Hey, Ghost Trip.
that's understandable.
Shitty time.
You need to take a mumble pill.
Oh, how about now?
Yeah, you're good now. Do you want to talk about why you hate March, or do you want to just let that one lie?
It's the month that my sister died, so
I'm sorry to hear that.
bad reminder.
Yeah.
Last year I decided in March I'd go back home and visit her, and that was a shitty time. The only place I could stay was with my mom. Just
Yeah.
kind of sucked. Not in like, I mean, it wasn't like bad, bad. Just, I mean, I don't know. It's just,
No, I get it. It doesn't have to be bad for it to suck.
yeah. It'd probably be nice to some people. I mean, she fucking apologized to me. Nice there.
Yeah, but sometimes an apology isn't enough, and sometimes it's too little too late.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there are people that if they apologize to me, I would not take it well because it would be way, way too little for way too late.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be more likely to punch them for it than anything.
I might go back this year as well. It for go back home.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you should do. But you should do it because you want to and not because you feel like you have to.
I do want to. Going back to childhood home is nice. Reminds me of things like, this sitting on a rooftop looking up at the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long just stars. Tell me that when she died, she'd become one of the stars in the sky and always look down. Stars and
I mean, technically, that's true. Because we're all made of stardust.
it's I want to believe it.
I mean, as long as you focus on the good memories.
Yeah. I know. Hard. Good memory. A lot of the time she was just very sick.
Yeah.
A lot of memories are just me taking care of her.
Is that why you went into turkey? Turkey?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything I do always comes from her.
Because you wanted to, or because you felt like you were good at it?
Felt like I was good at it. I mean, there is something to be said about helping people out. But in a lot of ways, I think it's kind of partly because I just like doing it, and partly because I feel like just what I do. In some ways, maybe it's me trying to get redemption. Oh no! Ah! Oh no! Fucking timing. Oh. god. I was wondering why they weren't responding. Alright, intermission. Just man, what a emotional talk. What feels we're having right now. Wait, wait. And oh, the emotional moment. I forget the command. I forget what it is. Do I? No, it's not. What is it? Like the thing I can use to bring up the thing to turn off the notifications. I don't know. I forget what it is. Uh, there we go, HUD. There we go. Now I can be immersed. And Logan gets back. Wait, and let me actually laptop. I mean, I guess in some ways I do it because I feel like it's what I'm good at. I mean, I enjoy it, but there's a part of me that feels like it's what I'm meant to do.
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
It's how about now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? Oh, come on. What about now? Any?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I said yes like 3 times.
Oh, God. Okay, that was very scuffed. Okay, okay.
That was very bad.
Okay. in in some ways, I feel like I do it because I feel like it's what I'm good at. I enjoy it. I do. I like helping people, but in some ways it feels like it's what I'm meant to do. It's what I've always been. Someone who takes care of other people. And sometimes I feel like I'm just doing it for redemption.
Did you know that most people who are caretakers do it for that reason?
Didn't.
Because they did it when they were a kid and it felt natural to keep doing it when they were an adult.
I didn't know that. Just what I've always done.
I mean, as long as you make sure you are enjoying it and you don't use it as a coping mechanism.
I try not.
Because obviously I don't really know anything about the situation, but no matter what, you were a kid and it was not your responsibility to take care of someone.
Yeah. Tell that to my parents.
Yeah, well, parents suck.
You can ask any question. Like, I'm not secretive about it. It's not something I really talk about, but I don't think a lot of people want to hear.
I think more people than what you realise. But it's hard to tell when other people want to talk about stuff or they feel like they have to talk about it.
Yeah. I, some ways I like talking about it because I like talking about her.
Yeah, that's fair. What's the best memory you have of her?
Oh. Remember one time we snuck out of the house and she basically convinced me that we should, you know, climb out the window. I mean, we were on the first floor, but instead of using the door, she was like, "No, we got to go through the window because that's, what people do when they're being sneaky."
That's how you sneak out.
Yeah, that's how you sneak out. You go through the window using the door, even if her parents were, upstairs, obviously not listening in. You gotta go through the window. So we did. And we went out to the movies.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it was. I forget what the movie was. Really, what mattered was just doing it together.
Yeah, spending time together, having fun.
Yeah. Of course, parents found out, but it was worth it.
Normally, stuff like that is worth it.
Yeah.
It's why you do it even if you've gotten in trouble for it before.
Yeah. She was always mischievous. She was always the one who would break the rules. I was more cautious.
So she was the little shit.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
There always has to be one.
Yep, yep. You got all the mischievousness, and I got the anxiety.
Oh no. It just means you're a good balance for each other.
Yeah. Who's my other half?
Yeah. No, she would drag you out to do stuff and you might rein her in a bit.
Yeah, I was always worried about her. Sometimes she wanted to get into stuff, and I knew it was bad for her, but I still let her do it anyway.
Sometimes, even if something's bad for you, it's still good for you and others.
Yeah.
Can I ask why you were the one taking care of her?
Uh, my parents were always very busy working. Constantly, constantly. They were very time equals money, always on the grind. Never had time really. We were kind of an accident.
Oh,
So yeah, I don't think they ever intended to have kids.
hey, accident babies for the win.
Yeah. And then, oh, you got two babies instead of one.
Yeah.
It's even worse. And you thought you were only gonna have one?
I mean, they still made the decision to keep you.
Yeah. And just, he was always sick, and a lot of the care just fell toward me. We used to have someone who would look after her, but then that person moved away and they never bothered to get someone else. Because, well, we figured, oh, Joanna or Jolene knows what to do.
Well, that wasn't fair to you.
Yeah,
And honestly, it also wasn't fair to her.
no, it wasn't. I thought it was at the time, but looking back, it's fucked up.
No, that's why you usually don't have siblings take care of each other.
Yeah. I had to grow up real
Because
fast.
Yeah, it means you don't get much of a childhood.
Yeah. Even after she died, I was always constantly doing something. You know, they figured I could take care of things. I've taken care of myself for that long.
Yeah, but that's not how it works. Because eventually you hit the wall.
That's what the coffee was for, not him.
Yeah, but you can't delay it for so long.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even though it hurts, hitting that wall is for the better.
Hitting that wall was why I came here.
Hitting that wall is why I got the option to get here. Granted, this was not the first place I settled down, but this is the one I like the best so far.
I don't know why anyone would come here. Pretty, pretty crazy.
Yeah, but the craziness means it's very hard to track people.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, who's gonna care about an average person when there's like 7 serial killers, 600 gang members, random animals, you know?
Hmm. No, you've never told me much about your past.
There's not much happy to talk about, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, I think my first happy memory was in Los Santos, to be honest.
That's heavy.
It is what it is.
I didn't have a lot of happy memories at the time with me coming here. You're dying. You know, it's
I can
always
imagine that.
a lot of sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation sucks.
It's I don't like sleeping.
Yeah, I find a lot of people don't.
It's better, in my opinion. Too.
No, I think I'm one of the few people that would say I love sleeping. I just can't sometimes.
Mm. They're very different things.
The only bad part about sleeping is you miss stuff.
I just always feel like it's wasting time. We could be doing other things.
But you need it. There's a reason it's one of the necessities in life. Yeah, but there's a difference between surviving and thriving.
Yeah.
And I can bet you were only surviving.
Yeah. Very weird time. Times I still want to go back to.
I mean, I get that. Sometimes, even if you know something's bad, it's familiar. but I wouldn't recommend going back to it. There's a lot of problems that comes from lack of sleep.
Yeah. Just when I do sleep too much, it just gets overwhelming. Things seem to get worse for me, ironically.
Do you know why that is? It's because your brain finally has time to relax.
My brain ever run.
The problem is, when you have time to relax, that's when shit hits you. That's when your brain is like, well, we're not in panic mode anymore, so now here's the million stuff that happened that you have to process now.
Yeah.
It's why things always seems to get worse before it gets better.
I don't know if I've had a moment where it really gets better. I mean, there's times where things are good, but then it seems like I live my life in cycles. Like, good for a while, then things are really bad, good, and they're really bad, and it feels like I'm always waiting for things to get bad again. I feel like they will
Yeah,
get bad again.
I feel like that's just part of life, and you just gotta enjoy the good parts as much as you can.
Yeah. I'm always
Because that's what's gonna get you through the bad parts.
I'm always terrified it happen again.
I mean, that's fair enough.
You know what happened last year?
The only thing I know is that you didn't sleep for a very long time, and it ended up with you in the hospital.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what happened after.
No, that was the only thing I was told.
I I'm still not sure. It's very weird thinking back in time, but I woke up knowing that I was dead. I was fully convinced I was completely gone, dead. Anyone otherwise was lying. And I'm still looking back on that time. I still feel like I was. Like logically, it doesn't make sense. But it was like I was living in a different world. Like nothing felt real.
I know that feeling.
I was so certain I couldn't feel my heartbeat even when other people could. I was certain it was other people who couldn't accept my death that was keeping me around. That everyone just needed to accept that I was dead. I think I tried to plan a funeral for myself.
You wouldn't be the first to do that one.
Huh. I'll send this for you.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah. But I'm always worried now that something like that's going to happen again, where I lose touch with everything. It's happened before.
Well, you wanna know what you should also think about when you think about that?
What?
Well, you've been pulled out of it before, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna get pulled out of it again.
You know who
I'm
pulled
sure
me
it's
out
gonna
of the
suck.
what I was feeling?
What?
I was sitting on the beach feeling shitty, and a thing came randomly out of nowhere, just talked to me, and seemed to really care about me if I didn't know them. And it showed me that there was a lot worth living for. I don't know if that person. I have her number. I've called it or never picked up. I don't know if that was if that actually or if that was my mind me a way out. Felt very real, but I don't know.
That's the problems with seeing things that aren't real. They still feel real.
I don't usually see things. It's always more hearing things. So, I mean, could have just been.
I mean, in this city, you'll never know because it could just be someone who just left the city.
Yeah,
But whether it was real or not, it's still important that happened.
yeah. It was a weird time.
Yeah, I bet. It's always a weird time when you can't really tell what's real.
Yeah. It's pretty shitty.
It is, and especially because people don't seem to realize that just because they're telling you it's real doesn't mean you can actually trust it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone was like, "Oh no, Johanna, you're not dead." Like, well, I feel pretty dead. You're just denying what I'm feeling.
The problem is also, then you start thinking, okay, well, if that's not real, what else isn't real?
Yeah.
But there's ways to work around it.
Yeah. I've told people before that I have trouble trusting my realities. It feels sometimes, no. I feel like I've gotten good at, but no.
Yeah,
That's why I
just
tend to
because.
latch on to people, I think, is because I trust them more than myself.
I mean, I get that one.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot easier to put trust in someone else than trust in yourself.
Yeah.
Especially about what's real and what's not real.
When my sister died, I couldn't really started there before, but when I started to hear her, feel like a monumental shift happened in my life.
I mean, there's always a starting point.
Yeah. Just feels like nothing's ever been okay since then. Ever since. Like, I've never been okay.
Have you ever gone to therapy about it?
Seen Bob Moss a few times. Talked to him when I was feeling dead, but I don't know. Feel like, would a therapist want to cure me and like,
Well, I think the
yeah,
most important part is to not think of it as curing you, because that's not what it is.
yeah.
It's giving you an outlet that you might not have otherwise.
Would they think I'm totally crazy?
No.
I'm supposed to be the one that takes care of other people.
Most people that take care of others aren't well themselves. It's why they take care of others.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in EMS for a reason.
Yeah. I'd also worry that they'd want to stop me from.
If you explain that that's not the goal, then they shouldn't.
Be the
Because at
goal.
the end of the day, the goal with getting help is to get you the help you want.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest with you, stuff like hearing voices and shit is very hard to actually get rid of. Like, even if you wanted to, it would be very difficult to get rid of.
Hmm. I feel like I'm lucky in that it's mostly not voices, mostly just noises. I hear birds
Yeah.
singing a lot.
Birds?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've had other people tell me like, nope, there's definitely not any birds around here.
I get animals sometimes.
It's always nice. It's connection with nature.
Mostly like dogs or wolves or any sort of, canine ish. Which is funny because that started before I, really met a dog.
Huh. That's strange.
I'm sure it's like something I picked up like unconsciously and just never noticed I've heard it before that. But it was a very weird moment of figuring out what that sound actually was. It's part of why I love dogs so much. Because
Yeah.
they're kind of always there.
I've always been more partial to the smaller animals. I don't know why.
I like most animals, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there's just something about huge dogs.
Are you gonna get a dog from?
Um, I don't know.
Maybe
I
get one
want to,
from
but
Alto, one of the therapy dogs, like Pawzone.
maybe. I want to, but the problem is, like, the requirements to get one. And honestly, I don't know if I'm at a point where I could take care of another animal.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to buy a snake a while ago from Kiki. She works for Little Pets, but we met up to discuss it, and then something happened, and she got dragged away, and we just never talked about it again.
Oh, that's Kiki for you.
Yeah, and I can't really bring stuff up twice, you know. Maybe one day though, but
Yeah. We're bringing up to someone else.
yeah, I just kind of tend to hog everyone else's animals instead. Oh, it's a cute bunny.
I love Puka. Oh, I've
Wait,
gotten
what?
him almost a year ago now. I got him in March. Only good thing about March.
I mean, fair. I mean, if you put some good things in March, it might even out the month a bit.
Yeah. Look, it's so cute.
No, animals are great.
Yeah, they are. I'm trying to get like a really good picture, but it's so hard. Look over here, Joanna.
And they're actually very good at spotting what's real and what's not real,
Yeah.
as long as you can interpret their signals.
Hey, Pally. Yeah. Mocha's been really cool as a.
That's good.
Always there for me. I have a feeling things are gonna be.
I mean, they might be, but
Good. I'm doing sad Joanna
you have friends who'll be here with
and
you.
angry Joanna. Without coffee, I get angry and then things get worse. I've never really. I mean, actually, no. I did go a while after he died and was alive again. Coffee. I started drinking it again after. I think it was when Reina stabbed me.
What?
She was going through a very rough time. She was also actually sleep deprived, and I was trying to talk to her to get her uh, uh basically get some help, and she ended up stabbing me. Felt terrible afterwards.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of people I've heard that stab people at some
Yeah.
point.
I mean, sometimes in this city, it's very easy to have a weapon on you.
I mean, yeah, but I
I
kind of feel
wanted
like you
Joanna
have
to
to in this
suffer.
city as well. Like, it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah.
So if you have a weapon on you, you know you might accidentally use it. But if
Yeah.
you don't, you might not be safe anyway.
Yeah, it's not good. I just didn't expect Joanna Coffee's like
It's why I typically ask people if they want me to have a gun on me if I know if we do something.
I stupidly didn't think they'd
Because
say no
I don't
coffee.
particularly
I didn't
care if I
I
end
didn't
up getting
expect
hurt because I
that.
don't have one on me. But I know other people do.
Hmm. I never really had it before. Stuff with the tear happened and he was going after Veronica's friends and like, all right, I'll just get, you
Yeah.
know, because I don't want to be fucking stabbed, stabbed several times.
I had a gun when I first moved to the city, but it got stolen by BBMC,
Oh, I got stolen by the blocks.
and I just never bought a gun again.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, you know when I said I wanted to BBMC an awful lot,
The damn BBMC.
they keep showing up randomly. Like the other day, I had someone drive past me, like speeding, and they shouted out the window, "Don't worry, I'm not stalking you, I just happen to be going this way."
Oh, well,
And it
that's
was
a
a
good thing you missed
BBMC
most of this
member.
conversation because it was very meta dumpy.
Gave me a heart attack because it was the same person who stole my gun.
A heart attack, huh? Poor choice of words.
Nah, best choice of words.
I love Will. I love him so much. When he left flowers for Joanna, it was so sweet. He seemed to really care. It was so nice. We need to like
Did they say anything
ride
else you had
together.
to avoid other than caffeine?
No, not really. Just the caffeine. They said my blood pressure was high today, and go back and get checked out in like a week and see if it still is. So maybe that might
Yeah.
have been influential in
You know, that
everything
might
that
also
happened.
be why you're annoyed and angry at everything, you know?
I guess that's true.
Because high blood pressure will make you more aggressive.
Huh.
I know that for a fact.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's actually one of the ways people learn they have high blood pressure. Because they wonder why they suddenly turned aggressive for no reason. And it's because your blood pressure is so high that it's just constantly up there. So that combined with withdrawals, you're probably
Yeah.
not having a fun time.
I just feel angry at the whole situation. Like it feels unfair.
Yeah.
Aww.
I think it's always gonna feel unfair in some sort of way.
Will he immediately ran to the ICU room to
Yeah, you gotta put your health
wake
first.
Joanna back up and after.
And if that means not drinking caffeine, then that
Wait,
means not drinking caffeine.
I mean, someone suggested uh, drinking coffee and having whiskey in it because that decreases heart rate.
No, no, that's not how it works.
I mean, he was very adamant that that's how it works.
That's not how it works. No, that's a horrible idea.
I mean,
You wouldn't be able to be on duty anyway.
yeah, that's
At that
true.
point,
Damn it.
you'd be permanently half drunk. I
Fine.
think that's worse. Because that would be what, your heart and your liver at that point?
Yeah. Another person suggested picking up smoking.
Well, that comes with its own set of problems.
Yeah,
But it is something that a lot of people pick up on, yeah.
but it does make you less angry, maybe.
Not necessarily.
Or, yeah, I guess.
It's kind of if it's one of the coping mechanisms for you.
Yeah.
Because I know someone who picked up smoking because they wanted to be less angry, and it made it worse.
Oh.
Because they got angry that they were now addicted to nicotine, and it didn't help.
Oh, look. Over. Oh, well, that's good. You only have 1.5 hours left. Oh, yeah. Then it's back to
But to be fair,
roleplay.
you shouldn't be trying to replace one, well, quite frankly, addiction to another one.
Coffee was my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Not having it feels pretty terrible.
Yeah.
True love.
That's the problem with unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Roleplay is addicting.
They
That's
only
why.
work for so long until the effects is worse than what you're using them to cope from.
Yeah. That's why I try and limit my time in roleplay because I don't want to be super addicted. That's why I don't do long shifts. I don't
And
spend
that's why I don't drink anymore.
hours and hours and hours of time because I don't want the RP addiction.
Oh, that was
Huh.
a bitch and a half to stop.
I didn't know
The
you
second
used to
time.
drink.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It was to cope with stuff, and the first time was horrible but very easy to stop. The second time was not easy. I still want to drink.
Like Veronica, her
Yeah,
addiction.
I mean,
She's always fallen back into it.
it's incredibly easy to though.
Yeah.
Like, I actually asked her, like, how the fuck do you stop?
It never stops. She stops for a while and then just gets back into it.
Yeah.
I've just grown to accept that at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that there's a liquor store right down from the fire station.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does not help.
Yeah, I love this so
I ended up emptying out my locker and giving all the alcohol to Ash.
so good.
And then just avoiding all liquor stores for a while.
Yeah, that's good. Wanna go walking?
Yeah, sure.
See ya. Alright, let's not fall down.